So those are my twins. They're 3 and a half. They're the reason I started Otter. So I'm a mom first. Today I had to run away from the meeting at my desk because one of my kids stuck a key up his nose. If you need help with that in the future, I can help. But we're here today because I'm a founder. Before this, I did surgical research, worked on supporting first-generation college students. But we're here because, next one please. In March of 2020, I became a stay-at-home mom by default. And I was not alone in this. About 2 million women exited the workforce to take care of their kids. And next one please. I discovered firsthand how broken childcare was. I knew this before I became a stay-at-home parent, but during the pandemic it was really obvious that childcare was not prepared for what was going on. And I watched basically a generation of working parents be pushed out of the workforce, and I watched stay-at-home parents who had been used to parenting in community. They literally didn't have access to playgrounds, so they were parenting totally in a room, basically alone with their kids. And I discovered that 50% of American families can't afford childcare. They live in childcare deserts, and also learned one day that the last time the United States had invested in childcare was during World War II, and that is when I became enraged. So, next one please. In August of 2020, I decided to see if I could do something about what I was seeing around me, and started to facilitate childcare swaps. So I found a group of parents in New York City who were interested in swapping childcare with one another just to kind of make things work, and launched Otter as initially just like a barter economy, basically trying to see what I could do to help. So next one. In October of 2020, I figured out that stay-at-home parents had been providing a disproportionate amount of childcare on the platform, and I realized that I had an opportunity to see if I could get them paid for the work that they're already doing. So still today, Otter matches parents who need childcare with parents who can care for their kids. We handle basically the matching, booking, and transaction of care. We rely on Checker, so we help with the trust piece. We make sure that the parents who are caregivers and care seekers are vetted. And then we help them find parents who have a compatible parenting style of their own, so it's really childcare down the street in the community. And next one, please. So by May of 2021, I was still working by myself. 6 months in, I facilitated over 3,500 matches in New York City and in Chicago. I put $20 million into the hands of stay-at-home parents, generated about $1 million in revenue, and then raised a $23 million Series A from Sequoia. We have 36 months of runway. I know that's on everyone's mind. Next one, please. As of last month, we've relaunched an SF in LA. So after I raised the Series A, I made a very unconventional decision. I was still working by myself. I needed to hire a team. And so I actually took the product offline to build trust and safety process, procedure, build a team, and make sure that we were growing responsibly. So we just relaunched an SF in LA. And all those red pins correspond to people on our team and where they are in the world. I also have a team member in Vancouver. So not on the map, but next one please. So we're a team of 22. This is roughly the breakdown, and maybe you. So next one please. We're looking right now actively for a product designer and for an inbound product marketing manager. Specifically, we have challenges around making sure that our product explains to people what we're delivering for them in terms of kind of continuous safety and background and trust. And we want to make sure that we're making parents' lives easier. So a big challenge here is that we have to collect a lot of information in order to provide a trusted platform for childcare. And we're trying to figure out solutions that we can build that make data collection easier, and make it so that the mom at 3 a.m. who's like trying to figure out what her kid is going to do for childcare the next morning at 8 a.m. when she has a meeting can still onboard. And we can help her figure things out. We're also looking for a marketer to basically help people. We have about 6 different customer segments on both sides of the market. They congregate in many of the same places, but we need to figure out messaging that really resonates with both sides of the market. So if you're interested in building childcare that works for families, contact me. And if you have a kid who's